To pick up where we left off, it is turned night of day 1. Everyone is heading to bed, but around 1 a.m., about 1:20 a.m., we see Logan get up, walking to the water well. And when she does get up, Clav wakes up seeing her leave. And I feel like Clav kind of wakes Clive up. He's like, Clive, Logan just left. And then Clive, he's sleepy as hell. He's like, you know, she might gotta use the bathroom or something, bro. Just don't wake me up. Alright, Logan gets to have a midnight intro. Or confessional, should I say. Alright, so I feel like Logan would express why she's up. Like, I have trouble sleeping at night. I usually use cannabis, but that can't be done here. I'm kind of an insomniac, and I think sometimes, like all the time, and it's not good, but I'll be strong. My Deontay's rooting for me, looking over me, and giving me strength. I miss him, and I know he's gonna be proud of me at the end of this. So not only does she kind of like think about the people she's lost recently, like her husband and brother, but she also does like a little confessional. So that probably takes like 40-50 minutes. I think like 40 minutes later after that, Clive wakes up Clive again. He's like, dude, she's still gone. It's almost been an hour. I want to go to sleep myself. What is she doing? And Clive, he gets up and hearing it's almost been an hour, he's like, well, that is strange, but we'll figure out in the morning, dude. Just leave me alone. And so he falls right back asleep. Clav, you know, he finally sees Logan come back to the camp after some time, lays down, try to fall asleep maybe an hour later. And so when morning arrives, I feel like Clive and Clav kind of volunteer themselves to go to the water well, mainly on Clav's behalf because he wanted to talk to Clive. You know, he kind of discussed now that they're both awake. Clav's like, I know for a fact, I know when I saw her leave, and I know for a fact I saw her come back almost an hour later, if not an hour later. And Clive, he's trying to think of reasons why that could be, but even a confessional doesn't take that long. So Clive and Clav, I feel like they kind of brainstormed. They're like, well, she might have been searching for an idol. You know, there's been idols on other seasons of Total Drama. And Clive is like, well, should we try and work with her? And Clav, he didn't really think about that. He thought about the part where it's like against their trust, but it could be a good idea to actually work with Logan. So they probably get the water, come back, and then we have Clav finally do his intro. Name is Clav and home is Montreal. I wasn't expecting to come out here and finding my footing so fast, but I do actually really like my team. I think we are a good mix. I'm here to show my 2 older brothers that I can have achievements too. I'm not a shadow. I will play this game. I read body language well, and I know how to line up targets. This will be a strategical game for me, but I will also try and make maneuvers that I believe will help benefit my entire game process moving forward. So while he's doing that, Clive and Amel are probably out at the ocean front trying to pick up some crabs, you know, a little bit of breakfast. And I feel like Clive would kind of mention, he was like, hey, I think Logan may have got up in the middle of the night and she was gone for a while. I don't want to say something, but could be something. And so I think Amelie might draw her own conclusions rather quickly, like, oh, so you're saying she probably got an idol. And Clive, I feel like once again, he's like, well, I'm not sure. It's just something that I potentially saw. And I think this entire time while they're talking like this, Casey is like on the borderline of camp and oceanfront within earshot just listening to this. You can't see it, but behind that hair of hers are some Dumbo ears. She got solar panels, bruh. Hearing aids need her. So I think Casey comes back here while like Logan is on one side of the camp, Honey's on the other. She goes to Logan and she's like, hey Logan, I think you are one of the stronger competitors on this team. I think you know the most about this. So that's why I just want to tell you that Clive and Amelie right now talking a mess on your name, girl. And I think Logan start to look like visibly distraught, and I think Honey recognizing this comes over here and he's like,
hey, y'all okay? Logan, is Casey alright? Like, did Logan say something?
I feel like Logan, you know, says no, and she explains what Casey heard and how she feels. And I feel like Logan, she starts get real visibly upset, and she doesn't want to think that she's oversensitive, so she tells them the reason why she's really upset. And basically she gets sad and explains that her husband and brother both have kind of recently passed, and so she couldn't sleep. She just needed a minute to herself, and that's why she was off. And she does tell them that she also did a confessional because they were curious about the situation production was. And then she starts getting like real sad. And so when Clav approaches them, he's like, what's wrong? Why is Logan sad? And Honey, he's like,
well, apparently Clive and Amelie down there having a great old time talking shit about Logan when she just wanted to mourn a little bit. That's fucked up in my opinion. I don't stand for that shit.
And Clav immediately, he tenses up, he's scared, and he's nervous because he's the one that got up, he's the one that told, and he's the one that started the speculation. He's like, they did. And so with Honey getting a little bit loud, Clav getting a little bit nervous trying to explain what happened, Clive and Amelie are now like, wait, what happened? What's happening here? What's popping? And immediately I feel like Honey's like,
nah, don't act stupid. The both of y'all know what you done did. Clive, you look like a bookworm got magic powers to turn into a human, and Amelie, your bitch ass has no sympathy. Did you not know what Logan went through? The people she's lost, the morning.
Immediately, Amelie, she's like, do not care. A competition for $1 million, and you don't think that anyone wouldn't just make up a story like that? They get an idol, and then they get caught, then, what do? I just gotta make up a story. I could have done that. If it was this easy, I would have got 2 idols last night. Would have snuck over to the other camp. Honey, I just feel like he gets pissed, bruh.
You clearly don't know the full story. You don't even have any respect for your teammates. How respect is earned and disrespect is earned. What did I do and what did Logan do to earn your disrespect? Who the hell even told you that?
And Amelie, she's like, well, Clive, originally, I didn't even say this low-key. I was just told it. I didn't even say it. And immediately, everyone just looks at Clive with anger, and in a total drama fashion, it just fades out to the other team. And Angel still sleeping, snoozing away, but she is woken up by sounds of Z, Shiloh, and Seattle all working, all trying to fix the cave, get it going, set up some hammocks, and she just hears them laughing, throwing out, and she just gets annoyed that she's got woken up by this. And I won't even lie, one of the top 5 worst things to me, feelings, is getting woken up when I really don't want to. That will make me dislike a person for the entire day. So I think she sees no one at the ocean. She just goes over there to, just chill, have a little confessional. She's like, I understand getting shit done, but at 7 a.m. or what I think is 7 a.m. I have no idea. The sun literally isn't even fully up. Half the sky is still dark blue, and these bitches want to be Bob the Builder type beat Cocoon. I just really don't like this team. The girls are mad annoying, and the guys are just muscular thwomps. So I feel like this would probably be a perfect time for an intro. I'm not one to really get into my live. It hasn't been good at I'm Angel, that's about it. I need this money. Even if it's just the money I get per day I last, because that's what production gives us. Any help will do, but I will do whatever it takes to get to the end. No friends, actually none. I'm a vote. That's all I am. That's all they should view me as, because I'm not here for personality. I'm not here for wooing or persona. I just want to show that I am the best Survivor player, not the best person, not the best human. I'm the best player. I'm not here to prove myself to them, or not here to prove myself to me. I'm just here to prove 2 people wrong, and they know who the fuck they are. So I feel like on her way back, she probably wants to search the water well, but I feel like before she can, Kata, is there to get water from the water well, because that's what Z asked her to do. And she's like, Angel, this is where you went to. You're getting water too, huh? And Angel's immediately like, oh my god. But she's like, oh my god, hi Kata, what's up? But yeah, I'm here to get water. Thought you need a little bit of help. And I feel like while they're getting water, Angel, she's like, so what do you do? And Kata, she's like, well, I work for Pixar, which is a very neat job, and I like it very much. It's something I should probably hide from the others since it is a big corporation, but I think it is such a highlight of my personality that I have to say. And then she just starts rambling about, the art software she uses, the hard drive she has to go through, the amount of space it takes up, not to mention the exporting times, her dickhead boss. And Angel, she just, hearing nothing but Japanese, and Angel don't speak that. She speaks 6 languages, and that's not one of them. Kata's eventually like, so what's your favorite animal? And Angel, she's just like, I don't know, a turkey? Here, I'll tell you what. I bring back the water, and you go get some sticks to help. How about that? Yeah, bye, see ya. And Kata, hearing the request, she's like, yes, I would love to be help however you want. Angel is Kata's favorite person, and Angel doesn't even know it yet. While she's getting water, she does her intro. She's like, hey, my name's Kata, and besides Girl Scouts about 10 years ago, this is really the first time I've been out in the wild, or in a social setting besides school and college, of course. I usually just spend my time animating in the workplace, room, office, whatever, or making cosplay for my cats, not to mention some costumes for my bearded dragons. I hope to find like-minded people and friends. Angel and Shiloh, they both seem really cool. I think I could get along with them. Yippee! So while they deal with like water and trying to get everything good and ready for it to be like purified, Ginny just talking to them a little bit as well. Seattle, Z, and Shiloh are on the other side of the cave. This is a pretty big cave, by the way. So they're actually trying to build a fire pit along with, like a fire in general. They need to boil water, cook stuff, get warm. A fire in a cave is actually a great insulator, especially since Seattle has plans to put palm fronds on in front of the cave so it insulates better. They all just mentioning their favorite like sports teams. Seattle, he likes the Saints, repping football. Z, he likes the Blues, hockey. And Shiloh, he likes the Heat. They all kind of mentioning what they do for work. Z is a lead editor, along with being a part-time personal trainer for some people. Shiloh, he's a little embarrassed, but he says, I'm a Starbucks employee. I know it's not anything great. And Seattle's like, hey, it's bread, bro. Don't be mad. I'm just a truck driver. Like, what's that? It's bread. Bread is bread. And so I feel like while they talk, Seattle, he kind of whispers a little bit, facing away from the girls. He's like, you guys, the girls hang out quite a bit, and I think us three, being some of the strongest, we could take this far, but if we don't, we might get targeted, like, already. And Z, he was already kind of thinking about that. He just didn't want to say it because he knows it's best not to say anything, but he just kind of nods his head, letting know Seattle that he, understands. Shiloh's like, yeah, they could probably start an alliance. Kata likes Angel. She told me that much. Kat says Angel is very nice, and Jenny's talking their ear off right now. Jenny is a very people person. They probably already have a 3. They might rope one of us in, but we can't break. And Seattle is like, yeah, exactly. That's what we need to do. This is a plan. We got this, boys. Fading out to the next tribe. So it's around like 8:30, 9 a.m. and everyone's still kind of up trying to do stuff, but Draco is still sleeping in the sand. He's snoozing comfortably. Everyone else had to sleep on bamboo, got a little swampy. He slept in sand. He was good. But suddenly he is woken up by an intense pain on his forehead, popping out the sand like a cartoon character. And when the first thing he hears is Pei laughing. She's laughing because she had her glasses off, using the sun as a way to burn Draco and beam him. Draco immediately gets pissed, and he's like, why did you do that? Why would you do that? The others won't like this. But Pei just kind of ruffles his hair and brings him an entire tray, like a wood bark tray of freshly cut coconut in the shape of hearts and a makeshift coconut drink. And Pei's like, no one else got breakfast in bed, so how about you keep this between us? They might not want to know you're eating triple what they are. I got some sticks so they don't think you were just sleeping in all day. I'll tell them you got them. Bye. And then, she skedaddles away cartoonishly. So Draco, as he eats, he kind of looks at the camera to do a little confessional. And he's like, I am so confused on this tribe. Recon is but Pei is weird to say the least. I think Aubrey is pissed, but she can go diddle with Fred and Shaggy for all I care. So he does his little intro, and he's like, I've known tough times. I want those times to be over. I want my time to shine. I won't let people stop me. Even if I have to bite my tongue, I'll survive and outlast. Pan Aubrey won't get in my way. I'm not here to prove anything to them, just only proving something to me, because that's all I'm here for. Well, and to prove some others wrong, and they know exactly who they are. Mom, Dad, Monica Norden, Devin Norden of Rhode Island, y'all deadbeat bitch-ass parents who regret your actions. I will win. You bitches should cry. Y'all should have died in that cock. Oh, I got cut you off, Draco. Live TV, pal. So Millen and Recon kind of pass him on his way to the camp area. Their job is just getting some water from the well. And I feel like they do start talking, getting to know each other, in which I feel like they both find out they like Pokemon. And so they start going back and forth on their favorites. Recon's like Sudowoodo, Onyx, Goldeen, Magikarp, Totodile, Max Keeble's Big... Oh, let me stop. And so I feel like Recon's like, yo, any other games you like? Because I actually used to play a bit. I'm too busy to play games kind of right now, but I used to play quite a bit. What's your favorite Halo? Millen's like, oh yeah, Halo, I kind of like it better than the Call of Duty series low key. My favorite is Halo Reach, and Recon's like, oh, that's a pretty good one. Recon probably says his favorite is Halo 2. They start explaining which like Mario games are the best, and eventually they start talking about Sam Bankman-Fried. I don't know how Millen brought that up, but he'd probably going to jail if he's not in jail right now. Recon aware of like the stock market crashes and like the crypto scams. So I feel like it probably like goes to Millen and his own intro. He's like, Recon is cool. I like him, but he also likes Draco. And Draco, from the whispers I've heard, doesn't seem to be very popular. I'd rather be on majority than have it be split, but I do really like Recon. He's one of the coolest dudes here. We geek out. I don't want him thinking he's on the outs, but I have to do what's best for me in order to get that money. Then Recon, he has his official intro. He's like, hey, shout out Freckle bitches. That's my line of restaurants spread throughout the Midwest all the way to the South. Best grub you can get on God. But I am a little afraid someone here might recognize my face. I don't know how often someone would recognize like fast food owners or whatever. And I'd even build it. My dad built the empire and left it to me. I've been working on it ever since though. And yeah, I got money from the restaurants and stuff, but a million could very well help. Not to mention the free TV time. Shout out, my line of restaurants, some of my workers and family, Din, Don, Doyle, Dale, Dalton, Donnie, Dax, Dylan, Dallas, Desmond, Aubrey, Amaya, and Paige just kind of sitting and watching. These two mainly trying to start a fire, seeing if they have any luck, but none is going. They're both kind of getting a little mad. Paige probably leaves to go mess with Draco, and when they're alone, I feel like Aubrey, now that everyone's gone, she listens to Amaya as Amaya starts talking about how no one has really come up to either of them. They've kind of just been talking to each other while the rest kind of like go out and socialite. And Aubrey, she does agree. She's nodding her head, and she's like, yeah, that is kind of true. They haven't really talked to us like I see them talk to each other. If we're already on the outs and we haven't even done the first challenge, then fuck them. They just do too judgmental. We can get them out of here, low key. And Amaya's like, yeah, like low key, we don't need them. We got each other, right? They won't see it. We each got one person, and then bam, that's technical majority. We each just need to get one more. And then Aubrey, thinking about that, she's like, that's actually not bad. That's 4 right there, and then we can betray the others if we have to. She asked Amaya, she's like, do you like Taylor Swift? And Amaya said, fuck no. And Aubrey laughs, she's just like, good, just making sure. And Amaya, she jokes around, she's like, do you like One Direction? Aubrey says, fuck no. They just dab each other up, and I do think they solidified, at least for now, a final 2. Aubrey getting a confessional. She's like, I had zero hopes for this tribe considering Sandman, Tootie from Very Odd Parents, Space Cowboy, and Onion Hair, not to mention Millen. But I think Amaya, I actually have a chance being friends, but she seems cool. She's down to earth. She gets shit. She gonna get shit done. Me and her try. The other were just daddling off. We try to get fired, bro. Cavemen could do that, but these others acting like they couldn't. Knuckle draggers. Out of everyone, the easiest to come join us might either be Pay, but she seems a little weird. So me and Amaya try to get Recon on our side, because he doesn't look like someone that would say no to an alliance. As the day continues, they work on their tribes and their conflicts and social skills until eventually it is time for everyone to head to the first challenge to compete for immunity.